Good evening, everybody, and welcome into the virtual Eldora Speedway here for Reigel Promotions Esports special event called the Winter Heat Open Setup 410 Sprint Cars. Alongside me in the booth tonight, as always, is Tim Henderson. Tim, how are you doing tonight?
I am doing wonderful. How about yourself, buddy?
I am doing absolutely fantastic here tonight. Just about 30 seconds left in our practice session. Money on the line here tonight at none other than the best dirt track in all of the world, the Eldora Speedway. We were here not too awful long ago with a special event for Reigel Promotions Esports. Looks like we got 23 cars signed in for action. Son English, Chase Stewart, Ty Showblock, your top three here in our practice session. So far, we're going to roll right into qualifying right after this. Got a great group of sponsors. Third Party Gaming tonight is going to be our green flag sponsor. Admin Box was the sponsor of tonight's drivers meeting. That just happened a few minutes ago. Derek's Action Photos, the official photographer, and the Start Zone sponsor here tonight. Elevated TV, the white flag, and Heat Race number 3 sponsor. Night Owl Racing League, our warm-up session sponsor. That'll happen a little later. No Coast Customs, the league, and Heat Race number 2 sponsor. Premier Racing Setups, giving out the Hard Luck Award. Right Rear Racing, Heat number 1 sponsor. Sick Trophies, official trophy and sponsor of the Reigel Promotions Esports Awards show here tonight. Or excuse me, that's at the end of the season, not tonight. Qualifying underway, 618 Engraving and Design, a caution, fastest lap, and B-Main sponsor. Victory Fuel, going to give our 4 wide salute sponsor here tonight. Awesome group of sponsors for our Winter Heat event. Times already starting to roll in across the screen. Josh Whiteman at a 13:36. This is who we're looking at right now in the 24 machine out of Olean, New York. Tim, you familiar with that?
Where from?
Olean, O-L-E-A-N, New York.
I am not.
A fellow New Yorker is stumped, folks. We have stumped another New Yorker in the broadcast booth here tonight. Trevor Royer was third quick on the board at a 13:34. Let's go check on a couple other drivers just starting their qualifying efforts. Joseph Groom in that number 11 machine, just starting his run. Alex Szerzynski as well. Davin Cardwell just completing his first lap. Let's see what Joseph's able to do on lap 1. Bangs the outside wall. That should negate his first lap, unfortunately. He's going to have to stay clean here on lap number 2 to get this lap to count. Out of turn number 4, across the line, Groom runs a 13:67, good for 9th quick. Look who it is, Mr. Caden Barry heading out onto the racetrack in the 012 machine. Works the top side through 1 and 2. Down the back straightaway, gonna run the bottom and a bit of a slider line through 3 and 4, let the car drift to the middle and stay there. Crosses the line to complete lap number 1. Caden Barry, 4th quick at a 13:31. Alex Szerzynski completed his qualifying run. Best lap at a 13:30. He's 3rd quick. Ernie Williams Jr., Connor Dudek, Derek Patetti also on the racetrack. Lap 2, Caden Barry picks up 13:26. 2nd quick for him. Ernie Williams Jr. completing his 2nd lap now. He must have made some wall contact on his first, and he goes 2nd quick on the board at a 13:19. Matthew Croakey he's just starting his qualifying run here tonight. Connor Dudek went to 3rd quick on the board with a 13:25. James Seawright, Dylan McKee also on the speedway as well. Dylan McKee a 13:47, 12th quick. Matthew Croakey a 13:27 up to P5. See if he's able to improve here on his 2nd lap. Be careful, there's the wall. He touched it just a little bit. And I think it did negate his 2nd lap. Jimbo Rooney starting to roll out of the pit area. James Seawright also completing his qualifying run. Car a little sideways out of turn 4. He does complete his second lap at a 13:28 up to position 6. Still got about a minute left in qualifying. We're going to pick things back up with Jimbo Rooney. Jimbo crossed the line on lap number 1 at a 13:33, ninth quick. Sean English, Chase Stewart also on the racetrack as well. Jimbo's second lap, does he pick up some? Just a touch slower on lap 2, going to stay position 9. Chase Stewart just ran a 13:24 on his first lap in the 40 machine. Got a lot of cars out there with that. I believe that's SER on the side wing and nose wing. Sean English, 1 lap, goes to the top of the board at a 13:09. Kenny Hoffman in the number 1 machine crosses the stripe to complete lap number 1. Looks like he might have had a bit of wall contact. He's going to try again here on lap number 2. Oh my goodness, did his car hit something? That looked violent there through 3 and 4. Unfortunate there for Kenny Hoffman. And I believe that's going to do it for our qualifying session here tonight. Sean English sets quick time in that 960 machine with a 13:09. All right, let's take a look at the starting lineup for our first heat race of the night. On row number 1 on the inside is going to be our pole sitter, Sean English. To his outside is going to be Chase Stewart. Row number 2 is going to be Matthew Croakey on the inside and Alex Rzinski on the outside. Row number 3 is going to be Dakota Osborne on the inside, Nick Larry on the outside, And row number 4 is going to be Donnie Watts on the inside and Jake Roya on the outside. All right, folks, heat racing action about to begin. 8 cars here in Heat 1. I was notified by race control before the race got started that all the starters here tonight will make it to the feature. We've got 23 of them, so we don't have to worry about any transfers or anything like that from our heat races. It's just straight up, and wherever you finish is going to be deciding where your starting spot is for our feature event here tonight. We do have a 10-minute warm-up session just a little later and a 30-lap A main. All right, Tim, are we ready to watch some good racing here with these open setup 410 sprint cars?
Yes, we are. It's going to be a great show here tonight.
Absolutely a good field of drivers. We've seen quite a few of these drivers run in Reigel Promotions Esports special events before and some of the league series. I expect awesome racing here tonight. We have Sean English, Chase Stewart on the front row of heat race number 1 as they work slowly through turns 3 and 4. Sean English is in control. Pace truck is going to peel off. As soon as it does, leader has discretion. He fires. We are underway to start heat race number 1. Great jump for Sean English through turns 1 and 2. Matthew Croakey was clear for just a second out of turn 2. Little contact there with Chase Stewart. They both righted the ship, and we're going to continue on. Maybe 3 wide for a moment down the front straightaway, completing lap number 1. Look at Rzinski, Tim, all the way down to the bottom with a big slider right up in front of Croakey to take position 2. Croakey with a crossover down the back straightaway now into 3.
Alex went right back down to the bottom. He's going to slide right up in front of the Chase Stewart and Croakey at the same time. Croakey hits the wall hard, kills most of his momentum. He looks to get back to the outside of both drivers ahead of him.
Absolutely. Sean English out front's up over a second advantage to these 3 fellows battling for second. He loves what he sees already. 4 laps down, 4 to go in Heat 1, and Rzinski with another big time slider through 1 and 2. but Chase Stewart's going to turn back underneath of him and complete the pass down the back straightaway. A little further back, you got Dakota Osborne in 5th, Nick Larry in 6th. Larry looking to the inside to try to pass Osborne for that 5th spot. They're still going to battle down the back straightaway. Dakota Osborne got into the wall. Nick Larry into position number 5. Back up here with a battle for the 2nd spot. Szerzynski still looking underneath Chase Stewart. Is he going to try a big-time slider here? Thought about it, but wasn't able to slide up in front of Chase Stewart. Chase Stewart holds on to position number 2, and this is already the white flag lap. Look at Sean English coming up to the checkered flag and wins Heat 1. Chase Stewart will be 2nd, 3rd to Alex Szerzynski, 4th to Matthew Croakey, 5th. Nick Larry, 6th to Dakota Osborne, 7th goes to Donnie Watts, and 8th goes to Jake Roya here tonight. Wow, quick, fast heat race number 1. Went by in the blink of an eye. Let's check out the starting lineup for heat race number 2. Row number 1 on the inside is going to be Ty Schoblock and Connor Dudek. Row number 2 is going to be James Seawright in the 18 machine and Jimbo Rooney in the 27. Row 3 is going to be Cody Racine in the 017 and Derek Patetti in the 41. Row number 4 is going to be Justin Osborne in the 00 and then Kenny Hoffman, shotgun starter, in the number 1 machine. All right. Field begins to roll down the back straightaway. We'll have to see what Kenny Hoffman does. Usually pretty strong around the Eldora Speedway and had the issue in qualifying. Going to have to start at the tail of this 2nd heat. Field's going to cross the stripe here. Get the 1-to-go signal from the starter. We will be green in heat 2 next time around. All right, Tim, how about you give us the call to kick off our 2nd heat of the night?
All righty. Ty is going to lead the rest of heat 2 through 3 and 4. Ty now fires. He is away. He gets a great launch over the 7 machine of Connor Dudek. James Seawright got a great launch from the 3rd position, as now we have a fight for 2nd. James Seawright up high, Connor Dudek in the middle. The 18 machine prevails. He shoots down into 3, looking to chase Ty as the top 4 now run single file. Big slider, not quite enough from Kenny Hoffman to complete the pass for 5th, as he completes the pass for 5th now over Cody Racine, who looked like he got loose going down the backstretch.
Yeah, absolutely. There was a tense moment there. Derek Patetti got into the outside wall at the completion of lap number 2. He now finds himself in the pit area with damage to that race car. Unfortunate for the 41 machine of Patetti. Back up front, Ty Schoblock still leads the way, up 0.7 of a second to James Z. Wright in the 18 machine. And 3rd is going to be the 7 of Connor Dudek. 4th currently held on to by the 27 machine of Jimbo Rooney. Don't look now. Kenny Hoffman within striking distance, going to throw the slider here through 3 and 4. Move Kenny Hoffman to the 4th spot. Cody Racine with an issue as well. He's also in the pit area. Jimbo with a slider of his own through 1 and 2 across the nose of Hoffman. They're going to continue to trade sliders as Hoffman does the same for 3 and 4, makes contact with the outside wall. That's going to allow Rooney to turn back underneath of him into turn number 1. White flag already in the air for Ty Schoblock. Out of turn number 4, the 17 machine takes the checkered flag. James Seawright holds on for 2nd. Connor Dudek 3rd. Kenny Hoffman just ekes out ahead of Jimbo Rooney for 4th. Justin Osborne will be 6th. Cody Racine will be credited with 7th, and Derek Patetti 8th. There, that rounds out the field in heat race number 1. Starting lineup for heat race number 3 here tonight. Row number 1 is going to be Ernie Williams Jr. and Caden Berry. Row number 2 will be Josh Whiteman and Trevor Royer. Row number 3 will be Dylan McKee and Davin Cardwell. Row 4 is going to be Joseph Groom and Brandon Barnhart. Field stacked up, waiting to roll out of the pit area. Again, big thanks to Right Rear Racing. They sponsored heat race number 1. No Coast Custom sponsored heat race number 2. And this is heat race number 3, Elevated TV. Sponsors heat race number 3. All awesome partners here with Reigel Promotions Esports. Two by two, one more pace lap here in heat race number 3. You know, Tim, all the possibilities we have, different setups, shops being utilized, maybe some custom personal sets that drivers are using here tonight in this open setup winter heat event. Love seeing the variations and the sponsors on the wings.
Yeah, that's for sure. It's a great place to be on iRacing right about now. You could thrive in 4 different, I guess, licensed groups.
Yeah, absolutely. iRacing is ever growing. For sure, Ernie Williams leads us into the restart area, steps on the gas, gets us underway to kick off heat number 3. He's going to use the middle, slide to the top. Caden Berry up on that cushion all the way through 1 and 2 with a great run down the back straightaway and close that advantage just a bit. Look at the battle for third, just behind, and one car hard into the outside wall. That's going to be the 90 machine of Trevor Royer. My goodness, what a violent crash through 3 and 4. Looks like Brandon Barnhart as well in the pit area. Keep an eye on that 90 machine as we work through 3 and 4. We'll slow things down. The 24 there of Josh Whiteman tried sliding up in front of Royer. Wasn't quite clear. Whiteman's right rear clips Royer's left rear, and Royer went for a wild ride. Heavy damage to that car. Definitely had to get it towed into the work area and the attention of his crew. First violent accident of the night here happened to Trevor Royer in that 90 machine. As the field continues to pace, Royer still in the pits at the attention of his crew, same as Brandon Barnhart in that 101 machine.
To be honest, that might be the first time I've ever seen a car really flip like that off the tire. Usually they just bounce off.
Yeah, absolutely. That as soon as the tires came together, the car, you know, Royer's car got airborne and ended up having a crazy accident there. 3 and 4. Whiteman didn't really have much damage at all, as you see him continuing on in the 3rd spot currently. I believe we're going to get the green flag this time. Royer and Barnhart rejoins the field. Ernie Williams Jr. steps on the gas. We are back to green flag action. Look at Caden Berry's run into turn 1 and 2. Big time slider up in front of Ernie Williams, but Ernie Williams with the momentum out of turn 2 passes him into turns 3 and 4, and I think we're going to see that the rest of the way. 2 laps now complete, 6 to go. Caden Berry with a slider again in 1 and 2, and Williams with the crossover down the back straightaway. Following behind them is Josh Whiteman in the 24. Just staying within striking distance of those 2. Then we got to go a little bit further back to Joseph Groom, and there's Trevor Royer, who's made his way out of the pit area and looking to pass Groom for the 4th spot, and does. Back up front, Ernie Williams, Caden Berry crosses the stripe, 4 down, 4 to go in heat 3. Wow, Berry is right there on Williams. Williams has got to try and block if he can. Wasn't able to into 3, but Cadenberry having to move down a half a lane hurt his momentum a bit. Williams pulls the advantage into 1 and 2. Both cars kind of running a similar line here through 3 and 4. Across the stripe, 2 to go. Josh Whiteman, like I said, is hanging on right there with Cadenberry and Ernie Williams. Cadenberry really closes the gap into 3, right on the tail tank. They take the white flag, 1 to go. Cadenberry gonna throw the slider into 1 and 2, right across the nose of Ernie Williams. Oh, we're gonna see a big time slider from Ernie Williams here into 3 and 4. Williams across the nose. Cadenberry tries to cross him over, but didn't have enough to get to the line first. Ernie Williams holds on for the heat win. Awesome run between Ernie and Caden. Josh Whiteman holds on for 3rd. Trevor Royer 4th. Davin Cardwell 5th. Joseph Groom 6th. Dylan McKee 7th. And Brandon Barnhart credited with 8th there in our final heat of the night. And potentially was the best one with the battle there at the line between Cadenberry and Ernie Williams Jr. Ten minutes go on the clock now for these drivers to head out onto the raceway and run this track in a little bit more before we kick off our 30-lap feature event here. All the lap times will be populating on the left-hand side of the screen. I'm going to take this time and talk to you guys about some upcoming events Reigel Promotions Esports has here on Thursday, January the 30th, this week, where they will be at the Cedar Lake Speedway in a 35-lap feature in open setup dirt mini stocks. $10 to win, free entry, and that's going to be carried live over on Right Rear Racing. Check them out. And after that, Wednesday, February the 12th at 9 p.m. Eastern, it's going to be round 1 of the 2025 Reigel Promotions Esports 3PG versus RPES Challenge Series. And it's going to have a $150 top 5 point fund. That race is going to be the Speed Palace Showdown at Port Royal Speedway. That's going to be open setup, non-wing 360 sprint cars, $100 to win and $10 for a fifth. A $10 entry fee. That one also is going to be live over on Right Rear Racing. Then Tuesday, February the 18th, it's going to be round number 1 of the 2025 Reigel Promotions Esports Northeast Dirt Modified Series with a $300 top 5 point fund in the series. That race, the first race on the 18th, is going to be the Barberville Vash by Right Rear Racing at Volusia Speedway Park. 75 laps for that. Open setup big block modifieds. A minimum of $150 to win, $20 to enter. That's going to be live right here on the Buckeye Racing Network. A couple more events upcoming. Tuesday, February the 25th is going to be the Gateway Clash by Colburn Race Promotions at I-55. That's 75 laps in open setup UMP modifieds. And we will have the coverage of that one right here on the Buckeye Racing Network. $200 to win that big event. Monday, March 3rd kicks off round number 1 of the 305 Sprint Cars Series. They're also going to be at Volusia Speedway Park. 25-lap feature, fixed setup, free entry, and a 3,500 I rating cap live on Reigel Promotions Esports YouTube channel. That same night's going to also kick off the 360 Sprint Division, so there'll be two divisions of racing on Monday night starting March the 3rd. Wednesday, March the 5th is going to be the Reigel Promotions Esports Pavement Series. And that's going to have a $300 top 5 point fund. The first race is going to be the Daytona 250 at the Daytona International Speedway. 100 laps, fixed setup NASCAR Xfinity Series cars. A minimum $150 to win plus a trophy. $20 to enter. That's going to be live on Elevated TV. So some awesome events coming up for Reigel Promotions Esports. If you haven't, please check out the Discord. They got all the information there for all of the events. And we get to be a part of a couple of them up in the broadcast booth. Also, potentially, maybe a few of them on the racetrack. I know Tim and myself are going to take part in the pavement series races whenever we can. So if you want to race alongside Tim and I, we won't be in the booth, but we will actually be on the racetrack. So come on out and be a part of the pavement series with us and Reigel Promotions Esports.
Well, in your case, it'd be racing with you. In my case, it'd be wrecking with you.
Yeah, well, we're not going to dull the broadcast out talking about our own personal experiences at super speedway tracks when trying to draft together.
Oh,
but
there it is. The shot of the dark, huh?
We do got to step aside for our commercial break of the night. We'll get a word from our sponsors over at Premier Racing Setups. We'll be right back. All right, everybody, welcome back into the Buckeye Racing Network. Let's take a look at the starting lineup for our feature event. On the front row will be Sean English and Ty Showblock. Row 2, Ernie Williams Jr., Chase Stewart. Row number 3 will be James C. Wright and Caden Berry. Row number 4 will be Alex Trzynski and Connor Dudek. Row 5 will be Josh Whiteman and Matthew Croakey. Row 6 will be Kenny Hoffman and Trevor Royer. Row 7 will be Nick Leary and Jimbo Rooney. Row 8 will be Davin Cardwell and Dakota Osborne. Row 9 will be Justin Osborne and Joseph Haroom. Row 10 will be Donnie Watts and Cody Racine. Row 11, Dylan McKee, Jake Roya. Row number 12 will be Derek Patetti and Brandon Barnhart. All right, it's that time of the night. Tim, who's going to be your driver to watch before we kick off the feature?
You know what? I'm gonna keep my eye on Caden Berry. I was watching him throughout the little warm up. He was running down all the way near the wall, and he was putting up some good lap times. So I'm gonna pick him. Who do you have?
Absolutely, I think that is a fantastic pick. I think I'm going to be keeping my eye on the number 1 machine of Kenny Hoffman. We've seen him be strong here before at the Eldora Speedway. Going to have to come from a little bit further back. But I'm going to be keeping my eye on him as the feature progresses. Let us know out there in the chat who all you guys are rooting for. We always enjoy seeing those messages come across. Drivers in the 4-wide Victory Fuel salute here tonight. 4x4, one of the best sights in all of motorsports. Field begins organizing now so we can get ready to kick off our feature event. Should get the 1 to go signal this time. Lineup looks good from my standpoint. All right, let's get ready to roll here for 30 laps. $100 on the line to win, and 5th gets 10, and there's money for 2nd, 3rd, and 4th, but $100 to the winner. Sean English leads him into the green flag. Fireworks going off in the infield. We are underway for 30 laps at Eldora. 3 wide for the second place position. Look at Ernie Williams with a big move down the back straightaway and into turn number 3. Slides up the hill right in front of James Seawright. Seawright's going to turn back underneath him. They're 3 wide behind. Caden Berry with a big run on the inside trying to make something happen down low. He's looking underneath Chase Stewart into turn number 3. Caden Berry up to 4th. Then behind them, we do have 3 wide for a moment. Alex Rzinski, Connor Dudek, Kenny Hoffman. There's Trevor Royer in the 90 up on the cushion trying to make as much ground up as he can up there. He's slowly moving forward. Royer already up 4 spots. Sean English still leading the way. James Seawright right behind him, picking up 3. Then Ernie Williams Jr. in 3rd, trying to fend off the 12 machine of Caden Berry. Ernie Williams Jr. hard into the outside wall. Kind of rode it for a long time. That's going to allow Chase Stewart in the 40 to turn underneath of him. And that was very close.
James Seawright just about almost took the front wing off our leader right there, and Sean English a couple laps ago going into 1.
I'll tell you what, these guys are battling for everything it's worth. Top 5 get to take home some money, and they get tangled up. In turn 1, I believe that's Caden Berry and the 17 of Ty Showblock. I don't know how they actually didn't get turned sideways. There, I think James Seawright actually did get crashed. As I'm seeing that on my timing and scoring, we'll have to go back and take a look at it. Keep an eye on James Seawright. Oh, he's in the 18 machine. Yeah, him and Caden Berry do get tangled up there. The 40 machine also into the outside wall. That was Chase Stewart. Man, I don't know how that wasn't a bigger accident than what it was there. But James Seawright in the 18 came to a stop at the outside of turn number 2. Looks like, for the most part, everybody was able to work around him. Oh, a little contact there with Donnie Watts. But nothing too crazy for James Seawright in that 18 machine. Updated top 10 running order after the completion of 6 laps. Sean English, still the leader. Caden Berry in 2nd, up 4 already. Ernie Williams Jr. 3rd. Chase Stewart in 4th. Ty Showblock 5th. Connor Dudek 6th. Trevor Royer 7th. Kenny Hoffman in 8th. Josh Whiteman 9th. And I believe Nick Larry rounds out the top 10. As we go 2 by 2 to get ready for our restart. Sean English in control. Once Space Truck leaves, he fires as soon as he can. Green flag back in the air. We are back underway. English leads the charge into 1. Ernie Williams Jr. with the slider across the nose of Berry. Berry turns it back underneath of him, though, to retake the 2nd spot for now. Ernie Williams going to carry the momentum on the outside. Caden Berry, I'm telling you what, that bottom is becoming lethal. He slides up in front of English and Williams, and Caden Berry, new race leader. Is he going to lead at the line? Sean English trying to slide up in front of him. Yeah, Caden Berry leads the lap. And that was a tense moment, as you could hear from Tim's voice, between Chase Stewart and Sean English. They got tangled up out of turn 4, almost caused a big accident. But Ernie Williams Jr., Caden Berry 1st and 2nd. Sean English back to 3rd. For the first time tonight. Chase Stewart 4th, 5th goes to Ty Showblock. Showblock looks underneath Stewart now for that 4th spot. Stewart trying to cross back underneath him. Go ahead, Tim.
I was just going to say, Sean English all the way up into the wall, all the way from the middle of 3, all the way to the exit of 4. They almost make contact. Ty Showblock. Oh,
big contact. Who was that? Hoffman. Hoffman slow on the outside of turn 1 and 2, and he collects Donnie Watts. That's going to bring out the second caution of the night, unfortunately. I think Kenny Hoffman and Trevor Royer, if I'm not mistaken, are the two that got tangled up on the outside there getting into turn 1. We'll verify that. We'll slow it down just a little bit. Yes. Kenny Hoffman, Trevor Royer got tangled up. Hoffman got up into the fence there and kind of rode the outside wall for a little bit. See some of the drivers working their way by on the inside. There, Kenny Hoffman may have lost steering. He just tried to get to the bottom. Donnie Watts was committed already to the middle, just had nowhere to go, unfortunately. So kind of an innocent bystander of Donnie Watts getting collected up in that one with Kenny Hoffman. Also, folks, if you didn't know, Donnie Watts heads the charge over there at Right Rear Racing. I know he's got the coverage of some of the special events coming up, so don't forget to check out their YouTube channel as well as Elevated TV. I'll tell you what, in the midst of the battle we were watching for 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th, Ernie Williams was able to retake the lead. Up front, there's just battles all over the Eldora Speedway here tonight. We're trying to cover them all for you at home the best we can. So you got Ernie Williams, Caden Berry on row 1. Then it looks like Sean English, Ty Showblock in row 2. And then it's Chase Stewart, Trevor Royer, row 3. And then Connor Dudek and Josh Whiteman there in row number 4. Pace truck is off. Ernie Williams gets us into the restart zone. Fires away. We are back to green flag racing. Williams, we have an issue. Caden Berry flipping in turn 1 and 2. There's a couple other cars collected, but big damage to the 12 of Caden Berry. You see the top wing is no longer on his race car. We'll have to go back and try to decipher that a little bit. Tim, did you see what happened right offhand?
Yeah, just that good old iRacing woggle. Once you get to it, you can't turn off of it, and he finally did, and they just got into the right rear of Royer, and
yeah, we're
sent
seeing
him
it
around.
on the replay there. That wall glue, like you said, Caden Berry got up there. Royer was already underneath. Berry was trying to turn it off the wall and did. When he did do that, Royer was down there and makes the contact and sends Berry up into the outside wall, unfortunately. There, it looks like Jimbo Rooney also gets a piece of that as well, making contact with Caden Berry, just trying to get through. Looks like Justin Osborne collects the 2 of Matthew Croakey, the 12 also. There's the 11 of Joseph Groom. Trevor Royer with pretty big damage, missing the nose wing there. So just kind of calamity happening as all the drivers try to make their way by this latest incident. Looks like Caden Berry was able to head into the pit area, got his car all fixed up. Ernie Williams Jr., Sean English, Ty Showblock, our current top 3. Ernie Williams Jr. hits the gas. We are back underway. 14 laps in the books. Sean English follows Ernie Williams on the top 10 with Ty Showblock. Looks like most of the top 5 use the outside line. Potential first battle here. Davin Cardwell, Josh Whiteman for the 6th position. As we had a single file restart there, kind of spread things out through the field. You've got Dakota Osborne and Justin Osborne right behind Whiteman in the 24. Up front, Sean English with a big-time slider across the nose of Ernie Williams. Ernie Williams with a great crossover move to turn right back underneath of him, and Ernie Williams going to keep the race lead. 4th yellow flag being displayed here tonight. For Kenny Hoffman. Let's see what we see here in our replay. slow things down just a little bit as we get into turn number 3. There's Kenny Hoffman coming right underneath the camera.
Man, he just can't catch a break.
Yeah, looks like everything seems normal there. Who does he get? Oh, the 7 machine of Roya makes contact with the car in front of him, and I think Hoffman was just trying to avoid it and gets down into the driver that was below him, and he went for a spin, had to lock it down. Does anybody else make contact with him? No, but unfortunate for Hoffman there to be involved in that one as well. Maybe the commentator's curse tonight, Tim, so far.
Yeah, possibly, but hate to see it. A lot of bad luck for that KHR machine.
Yeah, absolutely. Ernie Williams Jr., Sean English, Ty Shoblock, Chase Stewart, Connor Dudek, your top 5. Davin Cardwell in 6th, up 9 positions from his starting spot so far here tonight. The only other driver out here that has bested him up to this point, Derek Patetti, plus 10 in that 41 machine. We will go double file for this restart. Ernie Williams Jr. has to navigate another restart here. Oh, he waits a little longer than he has on the past few. Almost at the exit of 4 before he gassed it up and got us back going. Ty Shoblock with a nice slide job into 1 and 2 to take that second spot away from Sean English in the 960. Chase Stewart's taking a peek to the outside of Sean English. He was there, and English jumped right up and blocked it off. Unfortunate there for Chase Stewart in the 40 as he was too. English is outside, and English tried strutting the door just a bit too late, and Chase Stewart, heavy damage to his number 40 machine here tonight as well. Derek Patetti maybe with an issue as well.
Yeah, also, speaking about Patetti, he's in a new scheme.
That he is in that 41 in pink and white colors. Let's go back. Keep an eye on the 40 machine. We're going to rewind things back here. Yeah, you see Stewart with a great run on the outside. And he was there. Sean English just tried to slide up and fit in the gap, but it wasn't there anymore when he tried sliding up. And Chase Stewart got the short end of the stick on that one, unfortunately. Oh my, another car made contact with him right there. That was Szerzynski. There, and there's where what happened to Patetti as he went for a spin. Him and Jimbo Rooney got tangled up trying to make their way around that. And there's Derek Patetti spinning to the inside part of the racetrack. Now we will go back to a single file restart. Tell you what, Caden Berry has made his way back to the 10th spot. Here he's still got 12 laps to get up there and challenge for the win. Still time for him. You can't count him out. Ernie Williams steps on the gas, gets us back underway. 18 laps in the books. A couple of car length advantage back to Ty Shoblock in second. Connor Dudek. Great run so far in the 3rd spot. And Davin Cardwell in the 70 plus 11. Dakota Osborne plus 11. The 24 machine goes around for a spin. They actually get back going in kind of a miracle fashion. It doesn't collect anybody else, and there's everybody scattering, trying to get by, and I think it's going to cause an issue. It did. Joseph Groom got turned, and that's going to bring the yellow flag out. As you see Groom down on the inside there, we're going to go back and watch kind of from his point of view. You see everybody was gassed up. once Groom crosses the finish line. You see the slow 18 machine on the outside, and everybody else kind of slowed down, and these drivers just trying to come through and avoid the other drivers and maybe pick up a few spots. You see Sean English down on the inside trying to make up as much positions as he can. There, English kind of slides up into Groom, and that forces Groom to go higher. He collects Donnie Watts in the 74, and Groom goes for a spin, and then Sean English, and I believe that's, who is that? Whiteman maybe in the 24 machine, get together. Well, Tim, when there's $100 on the line, we are going to see some craziness. Top 5 tonight is in the pay window, so if you're Davin Cardwell in the 70 machine, you're trying to hold on to that spot. Or, excuse me, that's actually Dakota Osborne in the 79, who's the 5th car currently. Caden Berry moved up a couple more spots.
Yeah, I was just going to say.
Into that 7th position. He picked off 3 more there on that last restart. Back underway. 20 laps complete, 10 to go. Ernie Williams, Ty Showblock, single file into 3 and 4. And then Caden Berry with a great run on the inside, getting into turn 3, trying to make stuff happen down there. We cross the line for 9 to go. And the yellow flag is displayed once again. I believe Jake Roya with an issue. Let's go back and see exactly what happened to Jake in the 7. He get help from behind into turn 1. Wow, the 18 machine tried a miracle move across the nose of the 7. It actually collected the 40, the 41. Chase Stewart, Derek Patetti, all got involved in that. Kind of a big crash at the back of the field there. Getting word the 74 machine is done for tonight. Well, that's unfortunate to hear, Donnie. Ten laps to go. Once we get the green flag, we will get the 9 to go. I don't think, Tim, you can count out anybody currently in the top 10.
No, you can't. I mean, Caden Berry, he's running 6th again because we didn't complete a lap, but I mean, he got all the way up to 3rd place going into 1. So let's see if he can get back on that momentum train here.
Connor Dudek, Davin Cardwell around the outside, and Dakota Osborne in 5th, working the inside. Caden Berry, of course, all the way down on that inside wall, trying to make something happen down there. He picks off Dakota Osborne and moves into the top 5. He's taking a peek underneath the 70 of Cardwell. Not going to be able to complete the pass there, but might be able to here in 3 and 4. Up front, Ernie Williams crosses the line, 7 to go. Ty Showblock following behind in 2nd, Connor Dudek 3rd, and I tell you, Caden Berry, the only driver right now that's using that extreme low line. Run where they aren't, and that is what he is doing. At the line, he did pass Cardwell. Caden Berry into the 4th spot. He's going to try to challenge Dudek in the 7 to get into a podium position. 5 to go. Then it's Trevor Royer in the 6th spot. Dakota Osborne there in 7th. And then Sean English in 8th, and it's a host of drivers behind him, kind of a hornet's nest from 8th on back. Back up front, Ernie Williams with a 6/10 of a second advantage to Ty Schoblock. Then it's a second back to Connor Dudek, and 1.4 back to Caden Berry in the 4th spot. Yellow flag displayed. Oh my goodness, a late race yellow. That's going to change things up. Nick Larry with the issue on this one. Like I said, there's the hornet's nest I was talking about. Larry's working the outside in that white and light blue 43 machine. I think that's Justin Osborne slid up the hill. Nick Larry was on the outside already and kind of shoves Nick into the outside wall. There, and there is the left front on Nick's machine. It is toast, so he's going to have to visit the work area. And it looks like he just towed his car back into the pits. We are going to have a 3-lap shootout here to settle this one. Does Ernie Williams hold on here for the $100 to win? Does Ty Schoblock have anything for Ernie in the 91? Potentially does Connor Dudek. We've seen Caden Berry run the bottom. Does he have anything? Davin Cardwell there in the 5th spot. All right, we've got the 1-to-go signal, I believe. Ernie Williams Jr. goes early, fires away, 3 to go at the line. See what happens behind for 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. Caden Berry, not surprised, down on the inside. Dudek in the 7 machine, up on the cushion. Same for Ty Schoblock in the 17. Ernie Williams Jr. also riding the cushion. 2 to go now. Tell you what, all it takes is one mistake from Ernie Williams or Schoblock, and Caden Berry, I think, is going to pounce on the inside. Flagman has the white flag in and is waving it one more time around the Eldora Speedway for the winter heat event. Ernie Williams Jr., does he play defensive into 3 just a little bit? Allows the car to slide up to the cushion, out of turn 4 to the line. Ernie Williams Jr. victorious here in the winter heat at Eldora. Going to win that $100. Ty Schoblock comes home with a great run in the 2nd spot. Caden Berry, an awesome recovery, finishes 3rd here tonight. The other 2 drivers taking home a little bit of money is going to be Connor Dudek in the 7, finishing 4th. And Trevor Royer got back to the 5th spot here tonight in that 90 machine. Drivers are heading down the front straightaway. Ernie Williams Jr. is going to park it in victory lane. Caden Berry, Ty Schoblock on the front straightaway. Wow, folks, what a great event. We're going to get tonight's interviews hopefully started soon. I don't see anybody available yet, but once we do, we will bring them in and interview them. Get to talk hopefully to our top 3 here tonight. Wow, Tim, what a race we just seen.
Yeah, that's for sure. Just amazing race. Tough luck for a couple drivers. But that's what happens when we're all racing hard to get these prizes.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, these drivers just putting everything on the line to try to get in that pay window here tonight. Looks like we got our 3rd place finisher ready. We're going to bring him in and talk to him. Hey, Caden, it's Tyler and Tim up in the booth. Do you got a copy?
Yeah, I got you guys.
All right, Caden, I'm going to tell you what an awesome recovery here tonight. We kind of seen you get stuck in the wall glue situation getting into turn 1 there and went kind of for a spill through 1 and 2. Had to regroup, visit the pit lane, get all repaired, and mount the charge through the field and got back into the third spot here tonight. I'll tell you what, you ran that bottom, made your way up through there, and I thought maybe we had a few more laps. You probably would have challenged Ernie Williams because everybody else was running the cushion. You were the only one down near that inside wall.
Yeah, no, I just felt like at the end with how I had my car set up, it just wasn't really set up for the top there at the end of the race. But I honestly don't really know how I was even making the bottom work. I mean, there was literally nothing down there. So I'm glad that we were able to recover and salvage a good top three there, get back up to third from where we were. Just sucks. We were leading the race, and then we dropped back to second, and obviously the guys on the inside off that restart there had better grip, because they were able to drive through the moisture on the straightaway on the restart, and I just was stuck in the slicks. Felt like I was just getting passed by everyone, and I went on to run the cushion, and then the cushion going in just sucked me into the wall and caused chaos. But that was just really, really unfortunate because I think we definitely had a car to win, but you can't win them all, and now I'm just super thankful to salvage a good third place finish after all that.
Yeah, absolutely. A valiant effort there to get back into the top three. Tim, do you have anything to ask Caden?
Yeah, Caden, what was the key to running through that bottom? You made it work so well after all the bad luck.
Um, no, I just had to, be super smooth on the wheel there down on the bottom. I mean, with like I said, I mean, I don't even know how I was even doing it. I mean, there was just, no grip really at all. You just had to kind of just hug it as, much as you can without trying to spin tire. But no, you just had to be super smooth. If you just turned the wheel a little too much, and missed the bottom, you were definitely out to lunch. So, but no, the key to that was just to be honestly really, really smooth down there on the bottom and just keep the car straight as possible. And we got it, got it done and got third.
Yeah, for sure, Caden. Before we let you go here tonight, anybody you need to thank?
Thank you. First and foremost, got to give all glory to God, my mom and dad, my nana and grandpa, my grandmother Cece, my Grammy rider TJ, Tim and Kevin, my sponsors Granite State Blacktoppers, Drew's Powder Coating, CRC, Z-Max, Driven to Save Lives, Victory Fuel, Turn 1 Graphics, Rider Family Sawmill, John Bear's Legacy Racing, Alpha Cars, and you guys for putting on this awesome event here for us to run tonight.
All right, Caden. Well, again, thanks for all the kind words and an awesome run and a great recovery for you to come home in third tonight. We'll let you celebrate it.
Thank you.
Absolutely. That was our third place finisher, Caden Berry, here tonight. I do see our second place finisher. We'll get to talk to him. Hey, Ty, it's Tyler and Tim up in the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, I got you guys.
All right, man. A fantastic run for you tonight in the winter heat feature. Looks like you started second, you finished second, you battled in the top three, all feature long. Had to battle with Ernie Williams Jr., Caden Berry, Connor Dudek, and a host of other drivers. Man, as that feature went on, it looked like the top side was kind of king maybe for just one or two drivers. How were you able to navigate all race long with the changing track conditions and continue the momentum and speed up on the outside?
Yeah, I mean, it got so slick there at the end. That's kind of the only thing I know how to do. You're never going to find me down there on the bottom when it's that slick. I'm going to send it over the fence or make it work. It's one of those two things. And I just kind of focused on being smooth. I knew I could get a run on Ernie. It's just, it was so slick to even get a run to, slide him into the next corner. Ernie ran a great race and he kept it clean and off the fence. And that's pretty much all she wrote. I wasn't going to be able to get by him.
Well, nonetheless, Ty, you do come home in the money spot. Looks like you're going to be taking home $50. That's always got to feel good.
Oh, absolutely. Give me some more money for some pizza because everyone that knows me, I have pizza way too often.
Absolutely. Well, there's nothing wrong with that. Tim, do you have anything to ask Ty?
Now I got to ask you, what kind of pizza are you getting?
I'm boring as heck, just cheese pizza, but man, I could probably set a record for most pizza eaten in a year. I have one pretty much every single day, sometimes two.
Well, there ain't nothing wrong with pizza.
No.
Yeah, exactly. It's my favorite. Always will be.
Well, Ty, before we let you go here tonight to get that pizza, who do you got to thank?
Well, for one, Andrew, he reached out to me today to invite me to run this, and I appreciate that, and I appreciate him putting on a money race for us sprint guys to run. There's not a whole lot of this going on, and first time running in this deal, and it seems pretty well organized as well as yourselves. So thank you so much for that. And then I got to thank Trevor Meyer at M9 Racing, as well as Tyler Shell for kicking my butt in this whole pro series and showing me how to drive a little better. It definitely showed there.
All right, Ty. Well, thanks for talking to us here tonight, and an awesome run coming home in the second spot. We'll let you celebrate it.
Thank you, guys.
All right, and without further ado, let's talk to our winner here tonight. Hey, Ernie, it's Tyler and Tim up in the booth. You got a copy?
Got you, boys.
Man, what an event. What a great run for you in that 91 machine here tonight. You get to take home the top prize, $100 to win this winter heat event. Again, big congrats, Ernie. And I tell you, you had to navigate quite a few restarts from the cautions we had here tonight.
Oh, yeah.
How challenging is that as a driver, having to maybe mix things up a little bit to keep everybody guessing behind you?
It's very challenging because I'm not very good at that. You know what I mean? I've lost a lot of races. I've been on the sim for more than a couple years, so I've restarted first a few times, and I've lost a bunch more than I've won. Being in that situation, green white checker, stuff like that, man. So I was very nervous them last two because there's like 6 or 8 to go, and we're getting a caution, and I'm starting to get aggravated. You know what I mean? I'm telling the boys in Discord like, oh my god, like what is going on back there? You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
can we get a couple laps in? And yeah, it's just you're trying. You got guys like Caden, Ty, you know, Kenny Hoffman in here, Sean Lingo. So yeah, you can't do the same thing at restart every single time. Them guys, they put a lot of time in on this, and they're there to pounce. You know what I mean? And so yeah, it's very tricky, especially when the track is not a lot of gripping spots. So you got to take your time. You gotta make sure that first initial throttle input is to the track, and when you drive across the slick, you just gotta just feather it through there till you get to some good stuff, and hopefully you get a good jump. And most of them times I did. There was one of them times he was within a couple tenths of me. Usually I would get 3 or 4 tenths of a thing, but a couple of them times he was a little close, and you know what I mean. I was like, man, it's getting slicker. So I was just a little bit nervous there towards the end, though.
I'll tell you what, you were able to hold on in great fashion here to close out the night. Tim, do you have anything to ask Ernie?
Yeah, Ernie, what was so difficult about running up near the wall? I seen a couple people have troubles. What were you focused on? What was your keys?
I'm an Ohio boy, Lima area. I've been to Eldora. It's my favorite track, that in Lima land. So when I first got on this sim, you could just imagine how many laps I put on here. And Eldor's always had the reputation of put it on the wall. So every lap I've ever ran here, I've ran up there. So I got a lot of experience up there. And if you don't have experience up there, when the track gets like this, the cushion gets real super thin, and it can suck you into that wall very, very, very fast. And once it does that, you tear your right front up. You're done for the night. Things of that nature. But it just takes time, man. We don't get a race on a lot of tracks like this. A lot of the other races don't get quite this thin up top. So it just takes practice, and you got to be able to maintain your car. It's very, very tricky, but it's once you get the hang of it, it's definitely fast. There's no doubt about that.
That it is. You showed the folks at home and us up here in the booth how it is done here tonight. Before we let you go, Ernie, anybody you need to thank?
Absolutely, man. I want to give Andrew Reigel a big shout out. Man puts a lot of time, him and the crew. You guys also for doing the broadcast. A lot of time and effort goes into this stuff, and nobody's putting on money races anymore but you guys, and it's just nice to see it come back. I know the racing might not have been ideal tonight, but I'm sure to get better, and I hope he sticks with it. And I'm glad he's doing it. I'm glad he's just not doing it for one class. I'm glad he stocks everything, man. He's going in 100%, and I love to see it. And I'm going to support him any way I can. And I can't wait to go back and watch the broadcast, fellas. And give a shout out to Tim Nichols up in Lima, Ohio. He runs Tim Dirt Track Simulators. All the guys at BDM, Nate, Trevor, Alec. We've been running here a lot lately, so been having a lot of fun. And thanks for all the fans that come out and watch. And hopefully we'll see you again sometime here soon, boys. And you guys enjoy the day.
Yeah, absolutely, Ernie. Thanks for the kind words. We certainly appreciate it. Tim and I do. But again, big congratulations winning tonight's Winter Heat event, taking home that $100 to win. We'll let you go celebrate it. All right, that's going to conclude our interviews here tonight. Tim, any closing thoughts from you?
It's a fantastic night of racing, just awesome. Thank you, Andrew, for allowing us to bring this race to you guys at home.
Yeah, absolutely. We've almost been really partnered with Reigel Promotions Esports since the beginning of last year, about springtime of last year, and it's really been a great partnership. He's given us a lot of opportunities to broadcast his events up in the broadcast booth. I know a lot of other broadcast partners are a part of the Reigel Promotions Esports family now, and it's an awesome group to be a part of. You know, the events are well put together and race controlled really well. And like I said, Andrew is the mastermind behind everything here with Reigel Promotions Esports. Got a big sim season upcoming with 305 sprints, 360 sprints, the Northeaster Modified Series, the Pavement Series, more special events on the way. So, you know, each and every race is going to be good, I have no doubt. We're going to be in the broadcast booth for quite a few of them. Tim and I are also going to be on the racetrack in select races whenever we can. And again, each and every one of you for watching at home here tonight. Thanks for all the kind words in the chat for the broadcast. We certainly appreciate it. But that is going to do it for us tonight from the Eldora Speedway. For Tim Henderson, I'm Tyler Bentley. So long, everybody.